Labour's Minister for Women and Equalities Bridget Phillipson appeared on Good Morning Britain this week. Good Morning Britain presenter Kate Garraway clashed with Labour Minister Bridget Phillipson over budget cuts to schools in a fiery moment on the ITV breakfast show. Admitting she was slightly fearful to ask her question, Kate referenced Phillipson's tendency to say wait and see rather than giving a straight answer. She started the interview off by saying, "I'm slightly fearful as I ask this to you, because you'll say wait and see, but I'm sure you hear all the time from teachers that budgets are on their knees anyway. And now by agreeing for settlement of increase of pay they're having to find a chunk of that. I know you're paying some, but a chunk of that out of their budgets. They've already had to reduce, various supports like teaching assistants, like SEN, all of those things in schools. So schools are going to be thinking, well, you say you've given us more, but actually in order for our teachers to be rewarded, we end up with less." Phillipson responded, "Look, I have been upfront with schools about the challenges we face, and schools, and the rest of the public sector, are going to have to find some smarter ways of working. That's just the reality of where we are at the moment." Clearly unimpressed, Kate interrupted, "Smarter ways of working? Sorry to interrupt you, do you have any ideas of those smarter ways of working?" When Phillipson tried to say, "I do," she was cut off again, with Kate insisting, "Because the head teachers I talk to don't." Phillipson said, "I do, and I take my responsibility seriously to work with schools to deliver that. So one real example I can give you, we've worked with 400 schools around bulk buying of energy contracts. The schools that have taken part have seen a reduction by over a third in their energy costs. That's a big difference. So we want to work with schools, particularly on schools' areas of what they're spending, that aren't on their workforce, to bring down costs, whether it's energy, procurement, how they recruit in terms of teacher vacancies. Yes, there is more to do. I'm not for one moment suggesting it's easy. I've upfront with schools about that, but the teachers' pay awards that we accepted, we've been cleared for some time, that we would be asking schools to pay for the first 1%, the rest of that, 3%, we are funding and supporting, and we are putting more money into our schools, even with the backdrop of what is pretty challenging. We are investing in education because we know that's how we invest in our country's future and invest in our children." Kate simply said, "Well, but the head teachers I've talked to already say they've done those things, but we'll have to wait and see," before the interview came to a close.